What will you say as regards some, let's say, the women themselves, the group of people that call themselves feminists? I guess they might be offended by this message because they don't believe the men should sponsor or take care of the home. They believe the responsibility should be 50-50 and everything should be shared 50-50. What's your idea about feminism, and do you think it's on the right track? And what word will you have for a feminist if you were to address this set of women?
Yes, we have a lot of feminists among our people, white Europeans especially. They like to be feminist, and but I know I've encountered a lot of feminists from America as well, from Canada, from America, from Europe. But when they hear my message, they like it so much. They think what they are saying is that if they had known these things, and if this is the way the message of relationship between men and women has been preached, the way I've preached it, they would not have become feminists. And so they were forced to become feminists, and they became feminists not because of their own liking, but because of what men were not doing, and because of the way people have been taking advantage of them. So I know one woman that is a feminist who said, you know what, I can't believe it. Now, in fact, I will tell you even more story. I have not just a feminist, but a particular case, just one case. Let me tell you this one case of a lady who was so feminist that she even believed that she would not be a woman. She doesn't even want to be a woman anymore. She wants to be a man because she said this is a man's world. Okay. And everybody, everything favors the man. So she said, I hate being a woman. Ooh. And she would not be. So she grew up being a woman, but she grew up as a man. Wow. Then it got to a place that she decided to change her sex. And she changed her sex and became a man. Wow. But after she became born again and started listening to me. After she started listening to me, she became so convinced that she said, now I'm liking it. If this is the way men are supposed to treat women, is this the way women are supposed to be? I want to change back. So she's now changing back. She actually did the operation and changed back to a woman again. And she's one of our pastors now.
Wow. Wow, that's interesting.
Because, if the right concept and the right perception of God's view will come to all men will be set free. Right. But the reason that makes women to become feminists and so militant like that is because they have not seen the way it's supposed to be done.
Wow. Wow, it's interesting. Wow. Great. So, I think, should I say it's, I'm impressed, or will I say it's more like it's revolutionary? Because I think sometimes some men are confused by these women because some of them really get some attacks when they try to assist. I've heard people say things like that, maybe trying to give a lady a hand or something, and
I know exactly, but I don't get those kind of things.
Okay.
Because I know exactly what is happening. What is happening is that the feminists, there are two questions with the feminists. Okay. The first question is the fact that because you are a woman, they look down at you as weak and not worthy. And because you are weak, you are not capable of doing anything. And because you are not capable of doing anything, you should be assisted, you should be helped. And not just being helped, but they look down at, they believe that they are being looked down at. That's why you are offering help. But they have not seen themselves being honored.
Okay.
But to want to help them and render assistance out of honor and out of reverence, just to honor them and protect them and be there for them, that is what they don't say. And then another thing that makes feminists to be so militant is because each time, even when they are not, either they are looked down at, and just been saying they are giving help, or they are giving help but to be exploited.
Okay.
So they would rather say, no, I will do everything myself. But in both cases, if you are going to just say, oh, I'm weak, I'm nobody, so let me give you something to just, just to help you. No, I would rather not take your help. That's on one hand. I don't want you to look down at me and say, okay, you are helping me. So that I'm weak. I would rather stand on my own I will suffer, but I will stand on my own. That's one. Then secondly, I don't want you to help me if the condition is that you are going to, I must give you something back, I must pay you back. You better don't help me then. So that is what makes feminists feminists. And then they think that, you know, people just want to take advantage of them. And I understand them. And those two things are totally removed from my perspective, from the teachings I'm giving right now.
Great. Thank you, sir.